right, that's us. All black asses. To say it properly, Brother Hot Tim. So we got an article from Vox.com, which is a digital, once again, a digital magazine or whatever, and they do videos. Real good news. They asked the question, what is happening to the economy? What is happening to the economy? Let's go and see what Vox, what answer they got for what's happening to the economy. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait to see what they say. I'm thrilled. I'm Annie Laurie explains what the coronavirus means for the U.S. economy. Now you notice that everything is corona. We're going to take a subtle shift before the end of this show, if I'm able to get to it, because I want corona affecting the economy, corona affecting your job, corona affecting your health, corona. Sound like a song. You know what I'm saying? Sound like a damn song. This was a free session sponsored. Okay. All right. Now I need to connect back because I like to make sure my stream is moving. Where's my password? I'm old. Brother Hot Tim is old and I love it. All right, so let's go and check out. I know some of y'all already reading. Oh, I didn't move it down so that you could. Oh, we could listen. Free live radio. But I ain't gonna do that because then we might get blocked. Let's read it ourselves. This is by Erica Klein from Vox News. One day, somebody will be doing a show and they be like, straight from G&J Media. Can't wait for that day. Real. All right, let's see. I like the little puzzle that they just did. All right. What is happening, writes Annie Laurie. My fault, it wasn't a question. What is happening, writes Anne Laurie, is a shock to the American economy, more sudden and severe than anyone alive has ever experienced. It's also different from what anyone alive has ever experienced. For many of us, the Great Recession is the closest analog, but it's not an analogies. It's not analogous at all. I think that's how you say it. There, the economy's potential was unchanged, but financial markets were in crisis. Here, we are purposefully freezing economic activity in order to slow a public health crisis. Early data suggests the economic crisis is going to far exceed any single week or quarter of the financial crisis. Multiple economists have told me that the nearest analogy to what we are going through is the economy during World War II. I have a secret advantage when trying to understand moments of economic upheaval. I'm married to Annie Laurie. I can give you the bio. Staff writer at The Atlantic, author of Give People Money, which is proving particularly prophetic and influential right now. But suffice to say, she's one of the clearest and most brilliant economic thinkers I know. You just trying to get something when you get home, man. I dig it. I dig it. Her viral piece on the affordability crisis is crucial for understanding what the economy really looked like before COVID-19. And she's been doing some of the best work on the way COVID-19 will worsen the economic problems we had and create a slew of new ones. But the conversation on Ezra Klein's show isn't just about crisis. It's also a conversation about how to respond. I wouldn't call it hopeful. We're not there yet, but constructive. Here's a lightly edited transcript of part of our conversation, which we released this week on Ezra Klein's show. All right, we'll read one or two of these and see how far she takes us. This is Ezra Klein. Let's say we were recording this a month ago and I asked you about what was happening in the economy. At that time, the headline numbers looked good. Unemployment was pretty low, and Donald Trump was saying, it's the greatest economy ever. On the other hand, there were a lot of folks who couldn't pay their bills. How would you describe the state of the economy before all this began? This is before it all began. Let's see what Mrs. Annie Laurie say. It's interesting. The economy never really caught fire, but it did keep on growing steadily for a decade. What that left us with was an economy that looked good in terms of headline numbers, but with a lot of weakness underneath. Productivity growth was terrible. We had a really great unemployment number, but we had a large number of people who weren't even trying to work. And we also had a lot of financial strains among families. And the main reason for that is that the cost of health care, education, child care, and housing grew faster than wages did for a really long time. I got to read a little bit more. She making sense. If you look at housing, I said this a long time ago. If you look at housing, or something like this, the cost of housing outpaced wage gains, even in places like San Francisco where wages was going up really fast. So it became unaffordable for people to live in those cities. And we actually saw the cost of housing outpacing wage gains in rural areas too. So the share of Americans who are rent burdened, paying more than 30% of their income on rent, is really high. I said that. Well, I ain't say it quite like that. That was a little bit more eloquent. But I honestly believe that these houses, especially where they built these, have you seen some of these new builds? All that goddamn plywood. We paying $200,000, $300,000 for a matchbox because of that area. I mean, stucco and I'm honestly thinking they are overcharging for these houses. But that's just me. I'm not an expert. I had one of my friends come on because he was a builder, and he was like, Brother Hatem, you wrong about the prices. It costs this much. I ain't trying to hear that shit. You work in that industry. You trying to, because you can't, how can I put it? When I was buying houses, I had to make a critical evaluation. I got what I thought was good deals at the time, but then I looked at the neighborhood that I was in. And what I would have to, after I paid the closing costs, what I would have to have charged for those properties outpaced the neighborhood in which they were in. So at that time, if I'm looking at charging $700 a month, right? And the average family wasn't going to be able, you know what I'm saying, a lot of, in that neighborhood, those individuals and the people that would want to actually live in that neighborhood would not be able to produce $700 to $1,000 a month for rent. I'm stuck. So I had to make a major evaluation. I cut my losses. Fuck it, I'm done. I quit. This shit started breaking down. But anyway, everything was just, it was too high. And then on top of that, they saw us coming, but that's for another show. You also saw increases in cost of family health care plans, deductibles, and out-of-pockets. Yes, cost grows faster than both GDP growth and wage growth. The share of private health plans that have deductible has gone up to something like 80%. And the average deductible is like $2,000 a year. And 2/3 of American bankruptcies still involve medical debt. So what you have in the United States, so family, I just want you to imagine these numbers for us. Really, like I said, this is where that tribal mind state got to come in, that selfish, protecting the tribe thing. When you listen to this, although she's talking in generalities, right? Understand that who she talking to. She's not necessarily talking to you. I want you to think about this from your perspective, not from that imaginary white person that you think you are. A lot of y'all got this imaginary white person because when you be listening to the news and they talking about we and us and you know what I'm saying, you got this white image, or you got this image of yourself where you think they're actually talking about you. But what I want you to be able to do is to step back politically and step back economically and understand that you're not even in a goddamn conversation. These people speak in universalities, and in the universe that they're talking, you do not exist. As a matter of fact, that their universe is built on your back. You are Atlas, and you're carrying their reality. So actually, Ayn Rand had a good idea. She just had it wrong. It is not the big people in industry and the creators up at the top that's holding shit together. It's you. And I'm going to say like Ayn Rand said, Atlas, shrug. Stop falling for the universalities. You have to start, because they're not going to pull out your numbers. You got to get into this and start teasing out. What does this mean for your life? What does it mean that the cost of housing is outpacing the economy? And what does that mean for you? And what does that mean for your grandma? And what does that mean for your mama? And what does that mean for your brother? And what does that mean for your children that's coming up behind you? When most of us are operating in this world without wealth and bad credit. God damn, that's like a tsunami. But anyway, and the rising price of healthcare and health insurance. So what you have in the United States is a shitty equilibrium. That's a technical term. For a lot of families, until your kid is 5, it's up to you to figure out how to pay for their child care. You're going to pay a tremendous amount for your health care, and you're not going to really get much actual insurance out of it. We made higher education extremely expensive, which leaves people with a really heavy debt burden and a collapsing wealth premium. I'm just saying. And maybe this shit is not expensive. Maybe it wasn't put there for you. So you got to pay a premium. I know I told this story before, but it's important. So, when I brought my wife over to America, my wife and Cleve, when I brought them here, they had to go through Amsterdam. So I bought the tickets on this side, just bought the tickets. I'm the universal. I'm universal, right? I'm the universal dude, right? I bought my tickets over here because I'm American and shit. I just do shit like that. Bought the tickets over here. Made sure she got the tickets. Make sure all the stuff was gathered. She handled her stuff on her end. And 3 days before the flight, thank goodness that I had 3 days. But 3 days before the flight, I was made aware that in order for her to even fly into Amsterdam, I had to pay an extra $700. I had to pay a premium so that she could touch the ground in Amsterdam and stay maybe a layover for 3 or 4 hours. I had to pay a premium for her because Amsterdam wasn't really designed for her to be there. It's not for her. If she's there, she's coming as a servant class type thing. But Amsterdam charged me a nigger tax. I called them, because I'm like, yo, somebody run a game over there. I called the airlines, and they're like, oh, yes. They didn't call it that. Of course not. They're not going to call it that. But when people are coming from countries like Africa, I mean, what you mean by, I mean, like countries like Ghana and countries in Africa, and they're flying through, we usually charge extra just in case they want to jump off and stay in the country. She's coming to America. Why she want to stay in Amsterdam, dog? I mean, I'm asking you a question. Is there some way I get this way? What's going on here? I mean, I'm guaranteeing, no, $700, or she will not be able to get off the plane in Amsterdam, and she will have to find a way back home, and you just wasted the ticket. So I had 3 days because I already finished the bankruptcy and all this, and I had to get out here and thank God for Tribe, because if it wasn't for Tribe, family. All right, but anyway. I could tell a story because this dude, I often see him on the internet and every now and then when he come to town. But, he heard about my issue and he sent that shit to me like it wasn't shit. He told me, don't even worry about it. He said, as much as you be doing, don't even worry about it. That's Tribe. You know what I'm saying? And I'll never forget that shit. That shit brought me to tears. I went, and you know what I'm saying? But even before then, I went to Quojo. Quojo was like, man, just go over to the cash register. Take what's in there out. You know what I'm saying? Boom. All right, cool. Call Mazia. I'm like, okay, cool, all right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, and it's a shame that we have to move like that, but that's the reality. That's the reality that we live in, and a lot of us is living illusions of grandeur. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're balling out of control. No, nigga, you living on credit. You living on borrowed money, and you're giving away your children's time that you could be using to build something greater, something massive, something incredible. All right, the reason I want to have this part of the conversation first is because the affordability crisis sets the stage for where we are going now. I think most people understand coronavirus as a public health problem. You've been covering the economic dimensions of it. So why is coronavirus an economic crisis, not just an epidemiological one? Hell, y'all see the word. Can y'all see the word? Let me make the screen bigger so y'all can see the damn word. I'm trying. I'm doing the best I can. Let's make it bigger so you can see the goddamn word. There we go. You see it? Right here. Where my highlighter? Give me my goddamn highlighter. That's a new word I'm gonna have to learn today. There you go, right there. That's a new word I'm gonna have to learn today. I'm gonna spend some time and learn. Where my highlighter? Anime, can I get my highlighter? Man, I lost the damn page. Computer, you moving slow, man. We gonna have to talk about you carrying your weight around here. All right. So Ezra, actually, this one right here. I want to highlight that word right there. And me and Google will work on learning how to pronounce that. There we go. Search in Google. See how we can learn together? Y'all see that? I know it got something to do with medicine, but I want to learn. I want to see how to pronounce it. But anyway, let's go back. And you can do this function with your computer too, right? All right, Annie Laurie. I think it's primarily a health crisis, and I think also a personal crisis for people. We're seeing some of our most vulnerable get mowed down. It's horrifying. And the economic crisis is downstream of that. In order to get control of the pandemic, we need to basically shut down the economy. We need everybody to stop moving and doing stuff. And we need to absorb a huge amount of short-term economic pain that's going to help us get control of the public health crisis. But now you can't get people out the field, can't keep them out the fields too long. So around the world, we are seeing a cataclysm unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's like a 2-month-long hurricane everywhere. And right now it's looking like in the second quarter of 2020, the economy is going to contract 10% in the United States. In the days between recording this conversation and releasing it, the estimate of the Q2 drop rose to 24%, which is horrifying. That is probably the sharpest drop since World War II. It's twice as much as during the worst parts of the Great Recession. So family, if you want to continue reading that, you can. If you want to continue reading that, by all means you can. Yeah, let me go and use this too. Now for those old folks like myself, you gonna make the screens bigger. I'm just, let's go learn. So you see, those of you that have these three right here, the 3 dots, customize and control on your Google Chrome. Okay, you see that? Use that. Use it to your benefit. But I want to make this turn. I need for this thing to hurry up so we can make this turn. But Hootsuite is not cooperating. And I see nobody gonna call in, so we're gonna end the show in a second. Hold on. Let me go and take some of this stuff down. That's why I'm going to work on getting a faster computer, family, so that we will not be caught up with this stalling. It's stalling, But anyway. All right. There's other ways around it. Come on. Lord have mercy. Now I'm going to have another screen spinning. We got one love to you as well, Brother Kwame. Let's see. All right, while this damn thing is spinning, let's go on back to another screen. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. All right. I just want to illustrate a point for you. So we start with the news on the Gye-Nyame Journey timeline. Be sure to check into the Gye-Nyame Journey timeline on Facebook. That's at Gye-Nyame Journey on Facebook or at Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Same thing on YouTube at Gye-Nyame Journey. You know what I'm saying? Gye-Nyame Journey or Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Same thing on Twitter, Gye-Nyame Journey. Same thing on Instagram, Gye-Nyame Journey. All right, so if we go down the timeline, we got America's poison aims to show how race is the root of U.S. problems. All right, cool. We got an economic crisis like we never seen before because it's coronavirus, right? Then we got the Washington Post perspective. The demise of Bernie Sanders wasn't only about ideology or policy. It was also about this candidate himself. So we got another Vox article. Amazon Prime delivery delays are now as long as a month. There's another Vox article. Then we got Dr. Anthony Broder on what's his brother's name? On David Banner's podcast. Excellent interview. I want to bring him here. And actually, I want to get, because I do remember the effect of that book and being able to read the book. I can't remember the name of it. The Broder File, from the Broder File. Being able to read that and the impact that it had on me, and the self-esteem boost, the boost that I got by not only being able to learn something that quick, but also being able to complete and read something that quick. To mention They mentioned the term reparations in an article, and I got all excited. But they was talking about charging China reparations for this COVID-19 attack or disease or whatever. Then we got, where can I go? Is my job essentials? What's Ohio stay-at-home order? We covered that one last night. So we keep on going down. We got Gye-Nyame Journey. We did the Three Stooges. Disorder in the court. Disorder in the court. Oh, we had 26 of y'all. Check that out. Thank you. Make sure you like. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like. I'm not seeing a lot of thumbs on any of this. We got another one. Wall Street struggles as the Fed acts and Congress stalls. Live update. Then here's the message from the teacher. Use this time to reinvent yourself, to perhaps begin the work you've always wanted to do. Read that book that takes you places where you never visited. Being locked down can prepare you for your greatest come up. Then I also talked about an article that I wrote 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. The Skin and the African Sponge. That was from Daily Toast, Kujichagulia. Ooh, Daily Toast, Kujichagulia. 6/13/17. First year. Then we had our Daily Toast Emoji Show, 35 views. Y'all ain't click the thumbs up or something, family. Come on now. God damn. But alright, I need to see more because I know I posted something else up. Alright. We got coronavirus live updates, political clash over stimulus, his global markets. We talked about that. But in the midst of all this, I'm surprised that the article ain't posted up on my timeline yet about Byron Allen. Right? So in the midst of all this, in the midst of the pandemic, you know what I'm saying, they released the fact that Byron Allen lost his case that was based on race. I want to let that, during the pandemic, you know what I'm saying, that shit couldn't wait. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we're going to throw that shit out right now. We just want, because in a sense, it's like, we want y'all to know your goddamn place. This is literally what, you can't tell me motherfuckers don't understand etiquette. I know when to slap a motherfucker to get my point across. So I know they know. Right? And you don't always have to put your hands on somebody to slap them. But a slap is a goddamn slap. It's a sign of I'm superior to you. It's a sign of I dominate you. It's a sign of, in some cases, I don't have any respect for you. As a matter of fact, for one man to slap another man is for that man, for the man that's doing the slapping to be disrespecting the manhood of the other man, because I don't respect your manhood enough to even feel that I need to hit you with a fist. I'm going to hit you with an open palm like you are a child. Like you a puppy. Hit you with the open hand, because I'm not going to waste my time to ball my fist to bust you in your goddamn mouth, because me punching you is me showing you that I have some respect and a possibility that you are going to be able to give me some competition. Now I'm going to hit you with an open hand like a child. Get your ass over there in the corner and shut the fuck up. And that's basically what just happened. Get your ass over there in that corner and shut the fuck up. If you can't prove that anything that comes against you is just strictly based on race, and anybody out there already know, because a lot of y'all been caught up in lies, where you say one thing and the person that you saying some shit to is real smart, and they turn that shit around and you have to go on and adjust. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like what you said it was, right, is what it was. But because they caught on to it and they brought it back to you, like, no, that's not what I meant. So if you could do that in your personal arguments, what makes us think companies don't do the same goddamn thing? We honestly think that my eye is sitting up here in these goddamn corporations and they... Come on, family. Come on now. But yo. Be on the lookout because I might throw another video up for y'all. Throw a couple of videos up so that y'all can have some fun. But what we going to do right now is, family, I'm about to get up and I'm about to get up out of here. I'm out. Y'all have a great, marvelous day. This is Gye-Nyame Journey signing out. And I'll be reporting for duty to my adventure. Peace.